With me here is Laois Banistóir, John Sugrue. What is it with Laois and Kerrymen? You seem to have a fairly good influence on things around here.
Yeah, sure. Look, I think Kerrymen are diverging out into all kinds of counties at present. But yeah, the history hasn't been too bad in the past. So, I'm just doing what I can do at the present.
You've had a pretty good run, like so far undefeated this year. I mean, there's not many teams who can say that.
Yeah, but like the context of it has to be taken into consideration as well. For the boys, it's great. They've got a nice little bit of momentum going, but we certainly won't lose sight of where we got those wins either. And we're moving to a phase of the championship now where things get kind of hot and heavy, and we really have to turn up our performances from now on as well to try and stay competitive in it. Like that, the context is important. Like we're in Division 4. It's Division 4 is a tough place to go and play football. It's not the best place to play football by any manner of means, but thankfully we negotiated our way through that. And so far in the Leinster Championship, we've been competitive to the point that we're able to get through. And we've got a Leinster final now, which I think we've to a great degree earned our right to be in, and we're just going to go after that as best we can.
Out of the frying pan though and into the fire against Dublin, how do you prepare a team for that massive step up? No different, and not being disrespectful in any way to Dublin. The recent past has shown us what a team they are, but we've got a game to play in 10 days' time, and we've got to set ourselves up, and we've got to concentrate on what we're going to try and do to be competitive in that game. That's what we've got to do. So it's like we've got to keep our focus relatively narrow, and to a great degree on ourselves, and let's see where we can get to. Is there a difference between going out to be competitive and going out to win?
Oh, there's of course, like going out to be competitive, you can stand everyone behind the ball and pray to God that you're not going to concede a big enough score, and then the scoreline at the finish reads whatever, you might have only lost the game by 10 points as opposed to everyone else losing by 20 points. That is not competitive. I don't think that's competitive. I think you got to go to compete, and you got to go out, and the scoreboard in general keeps the score of both teams, and if you are not intent on scoring, then you're not going to be competitive.
What do you think will be a good result against Dublin? What would you be happy with coming back on the team bus?
Jeez, I'd love a trophy. And there's no point in saying any different. Like people, I don't know what people want us to say. Genuinely, I actually do not know what people. I think they want us to lie down or to take this. And I'm not being disrespectful to Dublin. We've got a huge challenge again up in front of us, but we've really got to go after that. There's no point in lying down. That's what the rest, to a great degree, have done. And I think some teams have fronted up and have got close, and our ambition is to try and front up, as best we can. The starting position at the start of the year tells its own story. You've got to measure yourself as best you can. How can you defend well? How can you attack well? And try and match that up against the opposition that you have in front of you. Like we've been presented with different challenges throughout the year, and we've tried to measure our way of playing appropriately. This is a different challenge. We've got to kind of draw up our own game plan and try and navigate our way through a game with these guys and see where we can get to. We're probably not going to lie down.
One thing I've noticed is that you've brought a belief to this team that possibly wasn't there in recent years, and that must have come from, I'm assuming, really good training sessions, working together over the winter and enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, you can ask the boys how much they enjoy my company. Some would argue, I'm sure, quite strongly on that one. But yeah, we try and structure training. We try and have focus points to it, and kind of relevant focus points based on where we're falling down, or based on where we're really kind of being progressive. And like we just try and play football hard and play good football and use our feet while playing football as opposed to just using our hands.